esports is more than just gaming.
It's just a really good way to meet new people who are interested in the same thing as you.
It gives them a good sense of sportsmanship and teamwork.
The big goal with Garff Esports is to introduce these students to industry. We want to show them that they can take their interest and passion and turn it into future opportunity.
And it's open to everyone. Encourage students to sign up for Garff Esports today. To learn more about success in education and coding programs, visit SIEUtah.org.
Did you know that the average teenager spends nearly 7.5 hours on their phone every day? In that time, you could watch a 2-hour movie almost 5 times in a row, or ride a roller coaster at a theme park 45 times, or fly to Hawaii and swim for an hour. You can make the best use of those 7.5 hours by spending 5 minutes of your day on the Keys to Success app. Keys to Success is a mobile app and website that rewards you for exploring your future. See you soon!
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the Success in Education Garff Esports Fall Festival 2022 season. I'm Ashgon, joined by the wonderful Juice. Last time you guys saw us, we were in the preseason for Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. Today we're playing the same title. And Juice, you've got an idea of what the two teams are today will be. So why don't you go ahead and give us that preview of both them and their rosters.
Yeah, man. So today we're actually going to be getting into a Beaver High School versus Pineview 1. So there is actually 5 Pineview teams in this district of the tournament so far. And we're actually going to be seeing the first one. So for Beaver, we're going to have Steve R, Jabberjaws, PSI Wolfpack, or Psy Wolfpack, however you would like to pronounce that, and King K on this side of the roster. Or on the other hand, with Pineview 1, we have Bang Die Bagel, Jim Pix, Pizza Profit, and Brett. So those are the 8 players we're going to see go at each other today. I am actually kind of curious on what kind of characters we're going to see this time. Last time we saw Palatina kind of mopping the floor a little bit for the preseason. So this time, who knows? You know, with names like PSI Wolfpack, a lot of players who are very invested in Super Smash Brothers may assume, you know, the player might play Wolf or Pac-Man or Ness. With Steve R, you obviously assume Steve, of course, and King K, like King K rule. I would say Pineview's roster is definitely the one that is more mysterious, and it could be any characters, but, you know, for Beaver, there's definitely some hints at a possible player there.
Right, absolutely. We're looking at the usernames, trying to get a little bit of predictions off. I do want to see a lot of roster diversity when it comes to character select, because we got to learn a good few lessons, especially the last time we were on broadcast, Juice. You were talking about disjoints, hitboxes, hurtboxes, and we got a little bit of a lesson about how all of those things tie together and affect the gameplay at a micro and macro level. So I think if we can get maybe some characters with utility that can be used at a long range, and we can talk about playing neutral from afar, things like that, I would love to delve into it with you. To remind everyone, our format is going to be a 4v4 crew battle, meaning that everyone has a certain amount of stocks, and if they lose all of their stocks, whoever is the remaining player gets to fight the next person on the roster. It's 4 stocks per player, 10 minutes per round, and your character, once it has been selected, is locked for the entire crew battle. So if you win your first match and you're going into another one, you're stuck on whoever you're playing. And hey, good luck to you. You may get counterpicked, or they might choose their comfort pick if you're lucky. But regardless, it's important to note that the winner of this season gets to go to the finals at Spring Celebration.
Yeah, Spring Celebration, that should be a very fun time for those who get to qualify and for those who get to move on forward with this tournament. But obviously we are kind of focused on the now here, so it's going to be I think it'll be a very intense showing, especially in like last time, you know, once you were locked and loaded, we saw, I believe it was Pleasant Grove taking quite a big lead in their battle as well. And so we were wondering whether or not the Mewtwo, who was the last for the opposing school, was going to be able to make a comeback, right? So, and it kind of got into a conversation of hitbox and hurtboxes and how Mewtwo is where Mewtwo is in terms of the tier list, right? So like you said, I hope there's a lot of character diversity as well, so we can kind of play off of that. And so, you know, those at home who might not know so much about Smash Brothers can actually learn about the game a little bit more. And those who know can get a little bit more entertainment instead of seeing the same character over and over again, right?
So if I'm remembering correctly, Juice, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, we were talking about how Mewtwo's tail is both a hurt box and a hitbox. And so it makes him very easy to target and combo because he has just this extra limb essentially outside of his main body, if we want to put it that way. Are there any other notable characters that suffer from that same weakness? I mean, off the top of my head, I see, you know, characters with a tail, for example. Bowser is one of them, but maybe just in the sense of having that really huge hurt box outside of the main area.
So you could well, there's a lot of characters that have different hurt boxes and hit boxes, right? But there are characters who have much bigger hurt boxes. For instance, Rob, who is a very like commandeering character in today's meta. He's a very strong character, and he's made many good placements in major tournaments across the United States and across the world, really. Rob is incredibly big for a character, so he's easy to combo, but he also has a lot of frame data, which means he can throw out moves really fast, and he can combo you just as easy and kill you almost just as easy as he can be comboed. So people play around the idea that he's a bad character because he's big, but there's others who obviously can tell that Rob is just a genuinely good character. If I were to give you a prime example of characters who are hurt boxes and hit boxes, Captain Falcon is one of them, actually. Oh, and speaking of which, wait a minute. Oh, wait, hold on. Okay, so actually Steve R we'll actually continue that conversation in a little bit, so I didn't mean to interrupt you, Ashcon. But yeah, it looks like Steve R is actually going to be the red Yoshi here. And Bang Dai Bagel is going to be the first Steve main we see for this tournament so far.
Yeah, so recently we heard that in Melee, Yoshi has won a major, but we're in a completely different game, right? That was Melee, this is Ultimate,
Right.
So we're going to have to see how things play out. We know Steve to be a strong character. The entire Smash community knows how he's pretty much up in the S tier, and it's a guaranteed sell. No one's doubting that, and he proves it off the bat. Bang Dai Bagel finds the first kill of the match, and that's going to be one stock down for Steve R. They've really got to work their way up because they've only done 40% of damage, now accruing up to 50, and that is a huge lead behind.
Right. And speaking of hurt boxes and hit boxes, instead of talking about Falcon, we can actually talk about Yoshi because Yoshi is on screen at the moment. So Yoshi is himself a hitbox in what he can do, but Yoshi is perfectly able to be punished on almost any part of his body, except for maybe when he throws out his neutral air, which is when he presses the A button in the air without inputting a direction. So that one move itself can be still contested and Yoshi can still be hit, but he does put out a small disjoint, which is those hitboxes that cannot be actually hit. So, but Steve, again, on the other hand, is a character who can throw out so many different projectiles versus any character, can build a wall, can mine for even stronger projectiles, and mine for an even bigger damaging object.
We see the diamond come out. Steve has the opportunity to upgrade next whenever they so please. Goes for the minecart. Is now sent into the air, both at high percentage. Yoshi and Steve, it could take one smash attack to send both flying off the stage, and it is actually Yoshi that flies off. That is a 2-stock deficit built up for them.
Very, very true. Bang Dai Bagel's actually doing an amazing job right now, and Beaver High Steve R is just struggling to kind of fight Steve at the moment. And this is a big matchup check for a majority of players in today's meta for Smash Ultimate. It is very frustrating to fight Steve when Steve can kind of run away, mine, throw stuff at you, and you can't really do anything about it. And right now, it's almost seeming like Steve R has no way of, finding an approach here. And the TNT are already placed at the ledge. Anvil coming out with the forward air, diamond forward air as well, which, yeah, literally Steve cannot find a way to, Steve has almost no way of finding their way around this.
I think what's really interesting that we're seeing a pattern of is Bang Dai Bagel is just setting up to force Yoshi into their close range, but they have all the tools necessary to set up traps. We're seeing that consistently with the TNT. You see the magma block try to go for a confirm, but unfortunately the directional keeps Steve alive, but not for long, as we finally see the minecart come through. And that's going to be victory number 1 in the favor of Bang Dai Bagel representing Pineview.
Right. See, now that was slightly confusing for those of you who are probably at home watching and you hear Steve and you see the character Steve, which is piloted by Bang Dai Bagel, but then you see Steve, the name, underneath the red Yoshi. So it was a little funny just to kind of see those interactions take place. But yes, if we are seeing how good of a character Steve is at the current moment, and how much of a struggle it can be to fight Steve, the character, in this game. Especially with, power-ups such as Diamond Axe, Diamond Pickaxe, or even just gold items, and that minecart as well. For those of you who don't know, the minecart is not only a hitbox where it can be thrown at you, but it can also grab you and can also be powered up all at the same time. While it grabs you, so that means Steve can set up combos and set up traps for you to not only take your stock, but also just combo you while you are stuck in that minecart. So it's another key as to why Steve is such a good character and why we just saw that 4 stock take place in favor of Pineview's Bang Dai Bagel.
And something that I want to point out that we didn't see, which is a whole aspect of Steve's kit that really funnels into combos consistently, is this grab. We didn't actually see that utilized to its fullest extent either. So it can be very scary to know that right now it's a huge lead by Bang Dai Bagel that they haven't even needed to use the entirety of their moveset.
Right, for sure. And this is actually one of those characters that, can present a problem for Steve just a little bit. And we're going to see whether or not Jabberjaws kind of has the toolkit here to contest Bang Dai Bagel as well as the Steve that they are piloting. Shulk, for those of you who play Smash at... Oh my goodness!
No!
Oh my absolute goodness. That was such a quick reversal of a stock. Jabberjaws was doing an amazing job of just comboing and setting up, advantage there.
Oh no!
No! Not the SD with the side B. This started off so well for Jabberjaws, and now everything is kind of... Oh, okay.
Big counter.
That's a good start. Yeah.
Big counter.
Great job countering that, not only the minecart, but the TNT as well. So that is huge damage. Very scary position here.
Ledge grab.
Jabberjaws managing to make it back. Yep.
That's a nice timing. Magnet hands definitely helped out there. Piston into minecart. It's going to be an aerial regarding the ledge here. Bang Dai Bagel, flint and steel. It's going to be a drop down. Recovery on Shulk is nothing to be scoffed at. Gets back onto the stage. And it's Bang Dai Bagel's strategy. You've seen it time and time again to spam that minecart, try to get closer as well as do extra damage. But right now they're feeling a little bit pressured. That counter from Shulk is huge, right? It's an input that as soon as you press it, any attack coming your way is instantly countered and you're going to take minor damage, if any at all. And so they're feeling safe, crutching on that move for now. But Jabberjaw still needs to find a way to string together damage with a combo. They're just finding single moves left and right, but nothing to really string together and guarantee a finish on the stock. And if you look at Bang Dai Bagel on Steve, they're sitting there at 90%. They're almost out of the picture, but just not quite yet.
And I was just about to say, this is a very risky position for Shulk to not only be in Smash Art, but if one of those side Bs or minecarts was able to hit, it's going to spell doom for Jabberjaws. And right now, Jabberjaws is trying to find the kill here, and not the taunt. The taunt coming out from Bang Dai Bagel already. Jabberjaws stuck at 70% at the ledge right now. Countering again, the down smash. Shulk able to recover. Oh, the flint and steel, but a great job managing to do a high recovery instead, allowing that flint and steel not to really get the best of him.
Oh, there was that grab, tried to go into a Magma Stone combination, but doesn't quite pan out. We're seeing the Electric to recover, and a ledge guard by Shulk is not going to pan out. It's going to be the grab into the piston. It's the up throw to finish off the round. Juice, we've only seen one stock lost, and right now, Pineview have taken out 2 of the players representing Beaver High.
Right. This is basically Beaver High being down 50%, right? Like, they are down 50% of their entire roster, and Bang Dai Bagel still needs 3 stocks taken before they are, out of the equation. We still haven't seen another character besides Steve coming out from Pineview. So, figuring out whether or not PSI Wolfpack is going to be able to put up a chance, I want to say it's going to be very character dependent, but also very experience dependent as well. Seeing whether or not PSI Wolfpack has an idea of how Steve's like to play, has an idea of Maybe I need to keep Steve away from their crafting table, especially because that's what we see Bang Dai Bagel kind of like relaxing by as those items get thrown out, and just perfectly able to craft tools and craft diamond, and that's where it spells dooms for everybody, really.
Going for the consistent up tilt to try and break through shield. Joker, of course, gets out of the way immediately. We're seeing a very safe neutral game, right? Psy Wolfpack has seen it twice already, so they're not going to get too close.
Right. And that's the thing about Steve, for those of you who are familiar with frame data or for those who are not. Steve has the frame data to play around your shield and continuously either up tilt, back air, jab, and all sorts of different things while still being able to get away from you and not being punished exactly for it. So right now we're seeing whether or not PSI Wolfpack can kind of find a way to punish that with Joker. Finds the back air here.
It's a really early Arsene as well, with only 50% being accrued on the side of Bang Dai Bagel playing Steve, which, you know, Arsene enables Joker to do a little bit of extra damage, right? The moves get modified, changed somewhat, but now because it was out early, it also perishes early, and so we're right back to normal Joker, and he's at 127%, one clean smash attack, and we're going to see a stock taken off Wolfpack.
Right. For sure. And right now, we've been seeing Wolfpack stuck on ledge for quite a while and unable to find these hits or unable to find any combos whatsoever. And yeah, Bang Dai is just kind of frolicking in the woods here, just playing however they so want to. And oh, that's going to be a free punish right there. And Joker is going to eat the spike from the forward air. And that, again, Bang Dai Bagel, 3 stocks. And PSI Wolfpack, another part of Pineview that's struggling to get the kill here.
And there's the upgrade into Diamond. We saw him mine it earlier. The tools are now out and about. Up tilt is going to form into a juggle where the magma block is sent upward. I love the block place to get your own platform set up there. And that's a 60% damage combination. And we know Joker is one of the lighter characters as well, something to keep note of.
Right, Joker is a lighter character, but what I kind of want to talk about is not only is Steve a really good character, but it's just playing Steve like this and being able to kind of get in the opponent's head, as we saw Bang Dai Bagel taunt a little bit earlier ago in the last game. It becomes a very frustrating playstyle. So once you get in your opponent's head, it becomes all that easier to take these stocks that quickly. So I'm expecting to see Wolfpack, play a little bit smart here and just kind of avoid the minecart just like that right there. But very unfortunate reversal right there. Flint Steel not going to connect, but the back air is going to. Wolfpack still managing to survive just a little bit.
That's that DI coming in to allow them to recover back onto the stage. We're seeing the back air. Joker, a very combo-based character, is really struggling to find the first hit to chain together, and in fact is ended. And we're finally seeing that up smash take full effect. And that's 2 stocks down. Bang Dai Bagel single-handedly just murking the entirety of the Beaver roster.
Right. For sure. I'm like just kind of like awestruck right now because it's like Wolfpack really needs to find the kill here. Otherwise, we might even see okay, there we go here. I was gonna say it would be very, very sad to see almost a 3-player advantage coming out from Pineview, but Wolfpack managing to seal the deal with that 1 stock right there. Needs to find a way to either build up damage or maybe even take this last stock to give King K a possible chance.
We're seeing a lot of neutral, a lot of hits not landing. Wolfpack just playing very passively, right? They want to try to string something together. They know they need to start accruing damage on Steve, but they're afraid of all these close moves right next to the model that has advantageous frame data for Steve, right? Those moves come out faster, so the damage is going to be done before and cancel any moves. But with Arsene, that boost is changed, right? They get the advantage, and we see that in the side smash, which gets them the kill, lands them on Steve. Bang Dai Bagel on their last stock. This is the hope that right now Beaver wants. Pineview has had it too good for too long. Bang Dai Bagel needs to be taken out of the picture.
Right. Oh, really good angle right there. Managing not to get hit by the anvil. Oh, that could be death potentially. Yeah, that is death, but luckily Wolfpack still does have one more stock and is hoping to take that before Bang Die Bagel takes theirs.
Oh, the diamond.
Yeah, one thing that was a good approach option from PSI Wolfpack a little bit earlier was kind of approaching. Oh, dear Lord, that anvil does so much damage.
These aerials are so nasty from Bang Die Bagel, right? They don't even need the diamond upgrade. They can do it with wood, they can do it with stone, they can do it with gold. Only thing we haven't seen them do it with yet is iron, but look, I'm sure that's on the menu next at some point. The ledge trap with the TNT into the magma stone doesn't quite kill. DI coming into full effect once again, trying to recover, but I think that's a 2-frame off the ledge.
That is a 2-frame that is going to end PSI Wolfpack's chances of bringing anything back and maybe even building up some momentum. So hopefully King K could. The thing is though, Wolfpack did manage to take that one last stock. So King K has 4 stocks to Bang Die Bagel's 1 stock. So obviously King K is going to be able to go in here with a pretty big advantage, and hopefully they have some semblance of Steve matchup experience to maybe take it out, and maybe we can see another character besides Steve for 4 matches, so you never know.
That, or we're going to see a Steve mirror matchup, Steve versus Steve, because frankly, it's been proven time and time again how strong of a character he is. And when you're in the position that you need to sweep an entire enemy team, a roster of 16 total stocks, or well, Bang Die Bagel has been reduced to 1, so 4, 8, 12, 13 stocks, right? You're going to want to take as much of an advantage as you can get. But again, comfort over composition, so we'll see what King K picks. But I think at this point, when your back is against the wall, you're looking at any of the characters from the S category for Super Smash Bros. Ultimate.
Right. And we are actually going to get Bowser. So I remember us talking about it could possibly be K. Rool because King K. Rool, right? But there's also King Koopa, who we are forgetting. But again, so this is where the disjoint hitbox and hurtbox conversation comes into play, because Steve has a lot of disjoints, Steve has a lot of projectiles to throw at you, and Steve has a ton of frame data. But with Bowser, Bowser can kill pretty early, but does have a frame 6 up B out of shield. So if Bang Die Bagel gets a little too overzealous on King K's shield, that up B from Bowser can come out to play pretty easily.
We're seeing a lot of aerials to try and zone, but it's just the same combination with side Bs and jabs. Bang Die Bagel feeling very comfortable. And with 3 platforms to play with right now, I mean, Juice, I'm expecting Bowser to be flying high into the air, especially with how heavy he is. It's going to be very easy to juggle.
Right. No, Bowser is a very juggleable character, I guess if that's a word to use. But, oh, actually, great job shielding immediately, not allowing the second up smash to come out. But, again, you know, even though Bowser does get comboed pretty easily, does get hit pretty easily just like that, Bowser can kill almost just as easily. So if there's one mistake that Bang Die Bagel does, you know, King K can easily take advantage of it. Oh, my Lord. Hold on. Okay, good high up B. Great up air.
Don't tell me he can get another stock. Bang Die Bagel, you've already been doing too much. Comboing King K to 100% at this point in the series. I mean, this is threatening. This is threatening an entire one-man sweep of the Beaver High team.
Right. Okay, I'm very curious to see the next move right here. Oh, the side B on top of the platform. That could be death. That is death. With extra rage, King K does manage to keep 3 stocks and hopefully add some hope to Beaver High's team right now.
Okay, that's 3 stocks, 3 players left. Absolutely doable, but you're locked into Bowser now, right? So you have to understand that weakness, and they're going to need to be very aware of what could come out, right? Fire Emblem characters, the sword characters coming through, those have insane juggle potential, especially against Bowser. Bowser's only ranged tool really is his Breath of Fire, and even that is a little bit on the weaker end when we look at the rest of the roster's ability to throw ranged projectiles.
Right. However, even though we talk about Bowser's weaknesses, we can still talk about Bowser's strengths. And Bowser's strengths is the fact that not only can he kill you insanely early, Bowser is actually the fastest heavy in the game. So with the character being as heavy as Bowser, you would expect that character to be relatively slow, right? but Bowser is an insanely fast character with really good frame data, just as good kill potential, and can build up momentum almost really like very, very, very quickly. And speaking of another heavy, we are going to get Kazuya Mishima, piloted by Jimpix here. And speaking of another high tier or S tier character in this game, that is what we're going to be seeing.
We were talking about how a lot of the DLC characters have ended up on the S category for the tier list, and for Kazuya, the same proves to be true, representing the Tekken series. He's going to be comboing Bowser into oblivion 100% almost already. And what's convenient about Kazuya is you're always going to be facing the direction of your opponent.
Right. That's what that auto turnaround is. For those who don't know, auto turnaround basically just means you can do whatever you like. Oh my god, these combos are insane. But basically Kazuya will follow you no matter where you go, and there is not much need to input a turnaround on your character, because you can just face them regardless. But King K established a good 84% right now on Jimpix, but Jimpix seems to have a good understanding of how to pilot Kazuya.
Oh,
Gets the
no.
down throw. Yeah, has that electric Wind God Fist in hand already as well. That electric shocking move that we saw just now is one of the most comboable, one of the best moves in this game for combos, as you just saw. And typically, at very high levels, if Kazuya gets that move on you for even just one instant, that move can typically result in immediate death.
It has like a stun effect like Samus or Zero Suit, correct?
Yes, it has a stun effect. So, like, oh my god, we almost saw it right there. But basically, it has the same amount of stun time. It's basically melee stun time. So if anybody in chat has ever played Melee or any sort of like really long game based on hit stun, that move can send you into tumble or send you into stun effect for at least 2 seconds. So, or it feels like 2 seconds. So Kazuya can just do whatever they would please in that situation.
King K, this is looking really dire. 157% Kazuya heavy himself, able to finish the job with a move or two, and we know his combo potential. We've seen it consistently, but as you've been saying, Bowser's able to kill so early, and there's a read coming out of King K, and if he's able to keep doing it, the rage buildup is huge, but no! It's going to be an instant send toward the sky, and that is an elimination on King K. That means the entire roster of Beaver High is out of the picture between just Bang Dai Bagel and Jimpix Juice.
Very true, and it honestly, irony kind of rings, right? We talk about these S tier characters, and the very two characters that we talk about that are in the top tier, upper class echelon of this game, right? Pineview 1 manages to take this, and that is your winner for this round by piloting of Steve and Kazuya, who are two of some of the best characters you will see in this game, especially in today's meta. If you've been paying attention to any of the recent majors that have happened, actually, Steve, very prominent. Steve has won three of some of the last few majors, and then Kazuya just won a major out in, I gotta think about it. I know the tournament name. It literally just happened. Help me out here, Ashcon. Help me out here. Oh, Big House. The Big House.
There we go.
Yeah, the Big House 10 was won by Riddles, who is the best Kazuya in the world at the moment. So we are obviously seeing these character strengths very much so. But again, you know, I would likely shout out. I would love to shout out Beaver for putting up a great fight against two of the best characters in this game. It takes a lot of patience and a lot of concentration to even like put up a fight or to even find some way of approaching these characters, and it takes a long time to, you know, study the matchup and to even learn how to counter those two characters specifically. So I definitely want to see whether or not Beaver can figure that out in later tournaments, or, you know, wherever they go, whether they join another Ken Garff Esports event, whatever they do. I'm curious to see how their results will be. But again, congratulations to Pineview 1 for taking the crew battle today and advancing on to the next round.
Absolutely. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to be closing out the stream for today. I've been Ashcon. You can see me on Twitter at Ashcons_voice. And I've been joined by the wonderful Juice. Go ahead and shout out your tag, my man.
You can be sure to follow me at The Lightskin. That is TheLiteskin on Twitter as well.
And so, folks, go ahead and hit that follow button, whether you're at the Ken Garff Esports Twitch channel or not. You're gonna want to keep track of all further Super Smash Bros. Streams, as well as the other titles being played for this season. But with that, we'll see you in the next episode.
Esports is more than just gaming.
It's just a really good way to meet new people who are interested in the same thing as you.
It gives them a good sense of sportsmanship and teamwork.
The big goal with Ken Garff Esports is to introduce these students to industry. We want to show them that they can take their interest and passion and turn it into future opportunity.
And it's open to everyone. Encourage students to sign up for Ken Garff Esports today. To learn more about success in education and coding programs, visit SIEUtah.org.
Did you know that the average teenager spends nearly 7.5 hours on their phone every day? In that time, you could watch a 2-hour movie almost 5 times in a row, or ride a roller coaster at a theme park 45 times, or fly to Hawaii and swim for an hour. You can make the best use of those 7.5 hours by spending 5 minutes of your day on the Keys to Success app. Keys to Success is a mobile app and website that rewards you for exploring your future. See you soon!